for a while since I was this tall. All right. So we're doing trigonometry again. If you remember, our first step is always to label OHA. So when you drew your triangles, did you label O, H, and A? Okay. If you got phones in your hands or headphones in your ears, I want you to focus up here. Okay. What angle do I start from when I'm labeling OHA? What do you think? What? It's never the right angle. It's either the labeled one, meaning 42 degrees, or it'll ask you for like the sign of D or sign of F, okay? But it's not the 90. So since 42 is labeled, that's where you start. Did everyone hear me say that? Then if they give you an angle, that's where you start, okay? So starting at 42, what's my O? Okay, X is opposite, so I'll put an O there. Where's my H always going to be? H is hypotenuse. It's across from the right angle, 90 degrees. So my leftover side next to the angle is adjacent, okay? Is everyone good, or Gucci, as you kids say, about getting OHA? Now, what we learned yesterday is you got to cross out the one you don't need. Which one has nothing on it? OH or A? H has nothing on that side, right? So cross that out. I don't need that in my life. So here's the deal. We're only talking about O and A. So look at your SOHCAHTOA. Which one of these is OA? TOA, right? Tangent. T for tangent is O over A. So again, often I'm asked, Mr. G, which one do I pick? Whatever they give you, pick it out of here. Okay, OA has to be TOA, has to be tangent. So let's go ahead and write tan for tangent. And then what do we always put after the trig? The angle in degrees, yeah. So tan of 42 degrees. And then we're going to put O over A. So what's O, what's A? What am I going to put? X over 10 is perfect. Okay, that's O over A. You do need a calculator for this, right? Thank you very much. All right, now, let's solve this. If I'm solving for X, X is being divided by 10. How do I get rid of a divided by 10? Stay with me. Don't get on that. What's the opposite of dividing by 10? Multiplying. So we'll put times 10 on both sides, okay? Times 10, times 10. On the right side, it cancels out, right? That's why I did it. I want X by itself, so the 10's canceled out on the right. If I rewrite this, it'll be X equals tan 42 in parentheses times 10. So again, we did like 3 of these yesterday for my people who weren't here. So trig angle equals fraction. Solve it. If X is on top, you're multiplying on both sides. And now once it's X equals, I can type it in my calculator, okay? Reminder, if you press the on button, 5 for settings, 2 for document settings, the second one tells you if you're in degrees mode. You got to be in degrees mode. Okay, if not, you'll get the wrong answer. So we go to a new document, new calculator. So I'm going to type in tan 42 times 10. If you weren't here yesterday, you got to know where the trig is. So look next to number 7. That's the trig button. Okay. So I'm going to hit trig, and I'm going to select tan, and I'm going to put 42, and then I go to the right. I have to get out of the parentheses before I hit times 10. If you can type it like that, you hit enter, you get your answer, okay? And then you always round 2 decimal places to the right, which is the 100th place. Whoops. Hit enter. I got 9.004. Does the 4 make it round up or stay the same? Stay the same. So 9.00, which is the same thing as just 9. So X equals 9. These are the types of problems that you use trigonometry for. if you know an angle and you know one side of a right triangle, you can find any of the other sides using trigonometry. Okay. Now let's do number 2, or the second one, I should say. Same idea. What angle do I start from? What do you think? What angle do I start from? Because it's labeled, right? 31. So starting at 31, I'm going to label OHA. What's O? 15. What's H? X. And then my leftover is A. Once I label OHA, what's my next step? Scratch out one. Which one do I scratch out? A has nothing. I don't need no A. All right. Now, OH, I'm going to zoom out here. Sokotoa. Remember, here's your image. Look at this super soaker soaking that toe. Sokotoa. Well, anyways, so OH is which one? Soka or Toa? Oh, S-O-H. So S stands for sine. Not sin, but sine. Let's write down sine. S-I-N. What goes after the trig here? The angle, which is 31. So trig angle equals, and we said it's O over H. So what over what? Okay, O is 15, H is X. For my people who were not here yesterday, X is not always on top. Okay, so careful with that. O over H, in this case, is 15 over X. Now, and again, if you were here yesterday, I want to teach you a trick. Ready? Because this is harder to solve because it takes 2 steps, but I'm going to tell you 1 step. Make it easy for you, okay? The trick is, if X is on the bottom, you can switch that bottom X with the whole trig on the left-hand side of the equation. So this goes here, and this goes here. Here's what I mean. Sine 31 and X switch spots. It's called the switcheroo. So now I have X on the left equals 15 stays on top. Okay, that's important. And on the bottom is now sine 31. Cool. So sine 31 equals 15 over X, switcheroo. So X equals 15 over sine 31. Now you should be able to put that into your calculator. So let's try that. 15 divided by sine 31. 15. Control divide. Trig sine 31. If you can type it in like that, you can get your answer. And you just got to make sure you round 2 decimal places, the hundredths place. Go ahead and do that. I hit enter. And I get 29.124. Does the 4 make it round up or stay the same? Stay the same. So 29.12. And my bad, I didn't have any units of measure on here. But that is it. Okay. Now we did like 6 of these yesterday on the notes. If you weren't here, there's a copy of the notes. You don't need to do all the notes. Okay. But if you get this, okay, I handed out the assignment with the last couple minutes we had left in class. Okay. Looks like this from yesterday, 2/9. Okay. This is what we're doing right now. Number 1 is easy. You label O, H, and A. Number 2 is easy. You just type it in the calculator. Tell me what you get. Those 2 are like not too bad. Number 3 is where you actually have to label O, H, and A, give me the fraction. But number 4 and the backside, you're actually doing this. Okay? Once you get the hang of it, it's not that hard. It's just kind of tedious. But I want you to get good practice on it. So again, the assignment from yesterday. If you weren't here or if you lost it, you know where to get it. It's in the blue bin with yesterday's date, 2/9 in the geometry section. Okay? But I'm giving you time to work on this. Please work on it. If you're missing a test or need to do test corrections, I would rather you do this first. We can get that done in time, okay? But it's kind of up to you in the end. Cool, so that's what we're doing. Let's knock that out. Don't forget about Sokotoa.